yesterday saw a viral back and forth exchange between Congresswoman Nancy Mace of South Carolina and Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Now, it goes back to comments Omar made the day after Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Omar was critical of Kirk, accusing him of downplaying the death of George Floyd, and she accused Nancy Mace of, quote, harassing people that she finds inferior, which led to this post from Mace on X. Quote, Ilhan Omar said it herself, actions have consequences, time to live by it. We filed a resolution to censure her and strip her committee assignments. If you celebrate murder, maybe Somalia can take you back.
Now, Mace's comments, of course, did not sit well with Omar, who fired back, writing, quote, I know you aren't well or smart, but I hope someone can explain to you that there isn't a correlation between my committee assignments and deportation. Regardless of what you do with these committees, my office will continue to be next to you, and I will continue to be in Congress.
The resolution from Mace to censure Omar did make it to the House floor on Wednesday. It was rejected by a vote of 214 to 213. That included 4 Republicans siding with Democrats to table the measure. This morning, Omar wrote, 4 Republicans didn't join Democrats to protect me. They joined to defend the First Amendment and sanity. No one should be going after them. This country stands for freedom, and right now what people are doing is totally unacceptable. I believe Ilhan Omar also said that Nancy Mace belongs in a mental
She did,
hospital.
and Don Lemon was like following her around. She said that you're mentally unwell, and like, yeah, they got into it. But like when you default to a racist statement, like telling somebody to go back to where they're from, like you always say, people are expected to respond. Like you can't be Cory Booker and they're screaming at somebody in a hearing and expect them not to respond. We just talked about this week. You're tweeting something
back to where you're from necessarily a racist statement.
Yeah, because Omar came here as a child who fled a civil war in Somalia as a refugee, and our country accepts that, and so she's here, and she's now an American citizen in Congress, and sending her back to where she's from. What does that have to do with
If you told me go back to Italy or Germany, that would be a racist statement?
If your family's from there, Robert, we haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
I think, why am I doing that? Why am I telling you you're an American citizen and you should be proud of that, especially if you're a congressperson. She should be especially proud. And I think particularly when you pin it on brown people, it's saying that this country makes you othered and that this is a white country.
That's what I'm getting at. It's racist depending on who you're saying it about.
No, I wouldn't want somebody to say that to you either. I would fight for your honor, but I wouldn't call it racism because I don't think that the person who thinks that this is their country is generally not the people of color who've been berated in historically. Well, it's people who are not of color, Europeans who came in here and colonized and telling other people they don't belong here. So that's the problem about why I wouldn't think it'd be racist to you, but I still would defend your honor because you're my friend and tell somebody he's an American, right? Like that's just that simple.
Well, what people in the MAGA world or conservatives don't like about Ilhan Omar is that she evinces a dislike for America and that comes across to many conservatives as, well, if you dislike all of our principles and you hate this country so much, why would you came here, this country welcomed you, gives you opportunities, has elevated you to a status of member of Congress, and you show so much dislike of it, maybe you should be back in. You seem like you would be happier in Somalia by your own words, is why conservatives don't like her.
Omar called Charlie Kirk's death mortifying. That's a quote. She used that word. So again, when you're saying that when people are making blanket statements saying Democrats are wishing death or the party of murder, that doesn't apply to somebody who you want to kick out of the country. That doesn't apply to Ilhan Omar. That doesn't apply to her in any way. She literally has acknowledged this as a tragedy that's horrific. And she also can have 2 thoughts at once. She's also saying, I don't agree with some of the things that Charlie Kirk is saying. That's the same thing President Obama said. That's fine. That was his whole entire premise.
Yeah,
don't agree with me. Come to the table.
For calling George Floyd a scumbag. We can't say
right, because
anything bad.
Technically, let's talk about it. Technically, he should be fired from his job at Turning Points because he's calling somebody who died scumbag, and for no reason, when we understand that no matter what.
It's not for no reason. It's because of George Floyd's history of numerous run-ins with the law, including threatening a woman with a knife, I believe.
I don't know that to be true, but I know that he used drugs, and that still doesn't equate to somebody belonging or needing to die because they use drugs.
No,
and so like
say,
so
no, that I didn't say deserve to die. Said that defended comments.
Right, but Republicans are now saying that people.
At no point did I say.
Right, but Republicans are now saying the things that you do or say after somebody. Yes, so what's the sainthood of Charlie Kirk? People are questioning that. It's the fact that he had great ideas to some people.
Charlie Kirk committed any violent crimes?
He had great ideas to some people. He said things that were important to some people, and some people disagree with a lot of what he said. But also, some people didn't no one agreed with his death, is what I'm saying. So
The left
George
thinks
Floyd should be the
saying-
same thing.
The left thinks saying things they don't like is a greater personality flaw than
No, I don't think they
crime.
should be conflated. Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to die. George Floyd didn't deserve to
Correct.
die. And if you can't
That's not
understand
even-
that
that's-
simple concept, and so for anybody to be criticizing George Floyd and saying, giving reasons about why he maybe should have died because he wasn't the best of us, that is not a good argument, and they should lose their job based on what Republicans are asking right now about censorship.
Okay, I don't
right?
think anybody should lose their job for
That's what-
saying bad things about either. I don't.
Someone doesn't have to be a saint to not be killed by the police.
I agree.
Somebody does not need to be a saint to not be killed by a police.
I agree.
So what he did was have a fake $20 bill that doesn't deserve killing by police in any training that I've seen or heard from my family members that are police
I
officers.
have never at any point said that he deserved to be killed or that he should have been killed, and
And Derek
never
Chauvin was in
said-
the wrong.
I have never said otherwise,
And Charlie Kirk said otherwise.
and I disagree with him. on
Right, and so
that.
people can debate
I
that all day.
object
Neither deserve to
to
die.
being said that having called out George Floyd as a less than perfect individual is some kind of thought crime. The
Less than
level of
perfect individuals
sainthood-
don't deserve to die.
Well, now we're arguing past each other. I'm not disputing that at all.
That's what I'm saying. So why does that come
Because
up in a
Ilhan
moment where we're
Omar brought
criticizing?
that up as a negative thing that Charlie Kirk did, that he impugned George Floyd's character. But George Floyd's character is...
But why can't Omar have that thought without being ridiculed to be kicked out of the country
can have the
by
thought
another
whenever she-
Congress
I'm
member?
just criticizing her for it. She's not going to get kicked
That's
out
what
of
I'm
the country.
saying. Like this is the first thought that comes to Nancy Mace's mind is you get out of the country because you have a thought and a criticism, something that Charlie Kirk did often. He criticized multiple ideas and institutions,
How about
which is okay.
Ilhan Omar gets out of the country and she takes Nancy Mace with her?
Both of them
Fair
go.
enough. Can we
I think
compromise on that?
no. But
because I
do
do
want Congress to
find
be
Nancy
more
Mace
effective,
very-
right? This happening is foolish, and I think that anybody can see there could be debate.
Let's
It's
send
exactly
them on a
what the
girls'
lens
trip to Somalia or anywhere, honestly.
and they just figure it out and how to be friends and how to have a conversation. Because the dialogue should continue, right? The dialogue that we were having from Charlie Kirk and from Ilhan Omar should continue because people have different ideas and we should duke it out in Congress, not with violence. And that should be what they're both talking about right now, especially just a week out from a tragic killing like we saw.
Yeah.
And that's my bigger point is that Congress is failing us. And I would wish that they could all behave like adults and not have other people be more adult-like than our leadership in this country.
Why would they behave like adults when behaving like children gets them more attention, which is what they want? Certainly what Nancy Mace wants.
Well, she got it.
She's not a big, she's not super popular with MAGA right now, honestly. I think a lot of people, a lot of conservatives I know find her antics somewhat irritating.
Oh, no, don't get me started because she cried about women involved in these Epstein cases.
Cries about everything.
Okay, but why? So that's when she started getting on people's nerves. When
I'm
she
in
started
trouble.
siding,
I'm not
when
gonna
she
say
started
anything.
siding with the victims of Epstein, then MAGA stopped liking her. Why is MAGA not
that's-
liking
no, that's
Marjorie
not-
Taylor Greene?
No. No, that goes to show you the difference. MAGA loves Marjorie Taylor Greene. I really like Marjorie Taylor Greene as well. It's
Tell me what you don't without getting yourself in trouble. What
just-
is the deal? What's your beef with Nancy Mace? Tell me.
I don't have a personal beef with her.
But what's the problem that why does
I
MAGA
find
not
her
like her? What's
theatrical.
MAGA's
I
beef?
think she's found to be a tad theatrical, extremely attention-seeking, extremely. It's all about her. And she did she's accused numerous people, including an ex-boyfriend or fiance of hers, of abuse. But she did it in the halls of Congress.
So she's protected.
So she's protected, and I find that a very suspicious thing to do. To not invite defamation lawsuits against yourself for those kind of claims, to shield yourself in that way, to get a unique protection. That protection is supposed to be so that our congresspeople can debate public issues without worrying about that kind of thing, a dome of absolute free speech, which I support, to use that protection to exact some kind of personal campaign against those you think who have wronged you in a totally not having to do with public policy sort of way, I find deeply
Omar
suspicious.
said maybe that's why Omar alluded to her having to need to maybe see a therapist.
Yeah.
So maybe you agree with Omar here.
Therapy can be a very good thing for many people. No, I think my girls' trip idea is the best. Go away and have fun, and we'll be back with more to talk about on Rising right after this.